Grab your pens or your popcorn and let's do some hand lettering for April Fools. Hi everyone, this is Angie. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, I welcome you and I hope you'll stick around. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. In today's video, we're going to try to get back on the lettering train by doing some hand lettering for quotes centered around April Fool's Day. I know I'm behind on my March lettering spreads. I have not done those yet, so y'all haven't missed anything, but I do plan to film those soon. I just wanted to go ahead and get off on the right foot with April instead of letting it get behind while I caught March up. So anyway, I think you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I do have a plan for me, plan with me on YouTube for this week for this particular spread. But as a reminder, all of the stickers in this spread are from the Happy Planner Colorful Florals book. This one's from 2020. So I just wanted to give y'all a quick little reminder on that in case you were curious. And for this week, I've done something just slightly different. Normally in my past videos, I have pulled a variety of pens. I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied. But I pulled a variety of pens from different manufacturers. So this week, I've pulled all Kelly Creates pens with the exception of this one Faber-Castell Pitt Artist. So we'll talk about that one in a little bit and how I came across that. But I thought we would go ahead and get started. Also, I'm going to use this Papermate Flair for putting names in the boxes of who the quote is attributed to. So I'll put this one aside for now. And I'm also going to move back page number 2 because we don't need it right away. And let's go ahead and get started. So I pulled the same sheet that I used last time just for a quick little warm-up. So I thought we would do that again. I kind of liked doing this because it gave me a chance to get a feel for the pen. You can see here I've got 4 that are the same. Actually I have 5. And then I've got 2 that are a little bit different, but they're also Kelly Creates. And then I've got this last one. So we probably, I don't know, we may not have to do a little run through with each pen, but maybe we will, because sometimes a tip, even though it's the same brand of pen, it can have a different feel to it. But anyway, this first pen is Kelly Creates. This is from her small brush pen collection. You can see that tip. These are just little rubberized tips, and this is in the color Emerald. So let's go ahead and just warm up on a few little basic strokes here just to get a feel for this tip. So this is your ascender, this is a descender, and then you've just got your downstroke, your upstroke, and then a combination, and then we've got our overturn, underturn, and a compound curve. And then you've got your oval, and I don't know what this is called. I call it the Drunken Dragon. I've never really perfected that, but if it comes up, I'll just struggle through it. But anyway, this tip feels pretty good. It's not too soft, it's not too firm, but you know, by the time we get it on the paper and start lettering the quote, who knows what we'll wind up with. But anyway, for this week, I did a Google search for funny quotes for April Fool's Day. And the quotes that came up just all happened to be on the Good Housekeeping website. So that's where all of these quotes are from for this week. So the first quote that I'm going to letter is by Mark Twain. And it reads, "The 1st of April is the day we remember what we are the other 364 days of the year." So I thought that was pretty cute. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to use the Kelly Creates in the color Emerald. And I hope y'all will letter along with me. I'm not exactly sure how to, place it on these lines. But since these are small brush pens, I'm going to try to just use one line for my lowercase letters and then 2 for my uppercase. But, you know, we'll see how it goes, because once I get going, sometimes I forget. My brain just goes and does its own thing. So first of all, we're going to do the first day of April is the day we remember. What we are the other 364 days of the year. Yeah, I don't think that's going to fit. So I'm going to have to really start squeezing down, and I may have to write on both of these lines, but I guess it's okay. Okay, that one was pretty rough going, if I do say so myself. I felt like I started out okay, but once I knew I was crowded, all I could think about was trying to squeeze everything in. And I forgot all about thin up, thick down. I was just going through the motions, but you know, it happens sometimes. So, anyway, hopefully, y'all are doing a little better with yours. So, that was Mark Twain. Okay, the next one I'm going to use is a little bit shorter quote. So, I think I'm going to switch over to the Kelly Creates Dream pen. These pens are double-ended. You get a really small tip on one end. Hope y'all can see that. And these are real soft. They're like little, I don't know, I kind of want to say felt tips. And then you get a thicker one on the other end. So for this particular letter with me video, we're going to be using the smaller end of these pens. So let's just check this one out. This one has a very soft tip, which means it's super flexible. And you can really get a thick down with it if you really put down the belly of the brush. So, but to me, it's also a little more difficult to get that thin upstroke because you really have to make sure you're not putting much pressure on here. And today, I don't know, I seem to be putting a lot of pressure on these pens. Okay, this particular quote for April the 1st is a little bit shorter. I'm hoping that it'll fit in here. It says, "It is human nature to think wisely and act foolishly." And that's by Anatole France. So let me see if I can get that one lettered, and hopefully you guys will letter it as well. Uh-oh, we got a problem. I'm just batting 100 today. Okay, that one, y'all, no comment. Okay, again, that was Kelly Creates. That was her dream pen, and the color is Sunset. Okay, let's go ahead and write down Anatole's name over here. That almost didn't fit. All right, so let's switch back over to one of the Kelly Creates pens. This one is in the color grape. And it's that same tip. It's a little smaller, so hopefully I won't lose control. I can tell y'all that I have not been practicing. You really have to stick with it. Even just this quick little warm-up just shows me, that I really need to get serious and quit messing around. But that tip feels pretty good. I think it's a little firmer than the green one, which is probably a good thing because, I don't know, these two up here are just really out of control. So this is another pretty short quote. This one is by William Shakespeare, and it says, "Better a witty fool than a foolish wit." Okay, that one went a little better. I hope I was in frame on that one. I felt like midway through I was suddenly conscious of the placement of my paper. Okay, that was William Shakespeare, so let's go ahead and put his name over here. All right, so we're almost finished with our first page already. Okay, the next one we're going to do over here is fairly short also. And this one, again, I'm going to use the Kelly Create Small Pen. This one is in the color Sage. And this one is a Chinese proverb. It says, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." That pen felt a little better. I would say it was probably on the softness scale of the green pen or the dark green, but it didn't feel that soft. Or maybe I just finally slowed down a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and put this name down. Oh, I'm sorry. This was Chinese proverb, so there is no name for this one. For Friday the 4th, I picked another fairly short one. This one says, "A fool flatters himself, a wise man flatters the fool." And I don't really know how to pronounce the full name, but it's Edward G. Bulwer-Lytton. I don't know. You'll see it. Hopefully we can fit it in this box. The pen I'm going to use for this one is this old Faber-Castell Pitt pen in the dark cadmium color. I wanted to tell y'all about this pen. See, this tip is fairly small. It's pretty easy to control. And I got this pen. You'll see it's got a B here on the barrel. And it's also got a B on the pen cap. So if you've come across these pens at Hobby Lobby, they come in a multi-pack, but occasionally someone will pop open a multi-pack and then it goes on clearance. For me, I purchased this one at the time that they were selling these individually, and they were marked $4.49. You can see the price here. But when I bought mine, this pen was on clearance, y'all. I'm not kidding you, for 45 cents. It was 90% off. So I bought about 5 of these when I was first learning how to hand letter. And I've learned that I really do like them. So be sure and check those clearances at Hobby Lobby because you'll never know when you're going to come across a little gem of a sale. But let's go ahead and get this one down. Like I said, it's not too long. And then we'll just keep moving on. Okay, I really like that pen. I'm learning my lesson about using these big boxes, y'all. Don't do it. Learn from my mistakes. But again, that was the awesome Faber-Castell. I hope y'all will be able to find some of these on clearance at your local store because I do recommend these. I forget that I have these, but when I was looking for yellow, I have a hard time finding yellow pens that will actually show up. So when I came across this one, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot all about those. So anyway, that one, let's see, he's a long name. I don't know if I can fit it in here, but I'll try. Okay, we are almost finished. Okay, for Saturday the 5th, I guess we will go back to the Kelly Creates. This quote says, our wisdom comes from our experience, and our experience comes from our foolishness. And that's by Sasha Goodtree. And I don't think I'm going to sample this one out on my little test paper. I think I've kind of got the feel of it. And I'm going to have to go ahead and start it over here because it is kind of long. So the finished product of this paper is going to be so crazy, especially after that other page. But whatever, it's fine. Okay, that's another one down. I forgot to tell y'all that was the color Blossom, again with the Kelly Creates. And this name was Sasha. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Guitry. Sasha, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I don't know what got into me with this G here. It just kind of went off the rails. Okay, guys, 2 to go. All right, for the 6th, we're going to put down a cute little quote that says, "We're fools whether we dance or not, so we might as well dance." And that is a Japanese proverb. So for that one, let's go ahead and use this other Kelly Creates Dream pen. This one, again, is in turquoise. Or I shouldn't say again, that's the first time I've told y'all. But what I was thinking was, again, I'm going to use the small tip on this one. And again, it kind of has that, I don't know, that felt looking tip to it, but I like it. It's kind of like the Pitt pen. If you're looking for a comparison, let's go ahead and do a quick little practice over here. Again, because the tip is so skinny on the edge, it likes to kind of roll over. So it's a little harder to control on the upstrokes, I should say. All right, enough of that. I don't think I'm going to have very good control over this one, but it's all right. It's just practice, and this is not my profession. This is something for fun. So I'm a little I don't really know how big to make this. I think I'm having, see how huge I just made that? There is no way this is all going to fit. It's the, I guess it's just the Happy Planner paper. The size of it makes it hard for me to gauge where I need to start my letters. Okay, I guess that one didn't come out too terrible, but man, I felt like this pen was really trying to run the show around here. Okay, that one was a Japanese proverb, and then we will be down to our last one. All right, so for the last one, it's a little bit of a long quote. We're on our last Kelly Creates pen. This is the color Berry. I feel like this is the one I used to write down April Fool's Day. But this one says, I sometimes wonder if the manufacturers of foolproof items keep a fool or two on their payroll to test things. I thought that was pretty funny. And that's by Alan Coren. Okay, that one was a squeeze. And I got to tell y'all, when I was writing out manufacturers, I kept wondering if I was misspelling it because a lot of times when you're lettering, you're thinking in your mind, up, down, you're not thinking about the actual letter. So sometimes you'll get some misspellings, but it looks like I got it on there okay. Okay, and that quote was by Alan Coren. All right, so a couple of things to note. Don't use big boxes. And secondly, I don't know, I think I needed to slow down and think about the spacing. It's hard to find small quotes that will fit in the amount of space that is provided. But let's go ahead and put this back in the planner. And then we'll talk about these pens one more time. We'll just touch on them briefly. I feel like this video is already pretty long. And I know that everyone has a lot going on. So let's get these back in the planner and we'll do a quick little recap. Okay, guys, so there we go. The thing I do like about this is I love the bright colors. The things I don't like, I had some spacing issues. This is a real joke right here. But, you know, it's okay. It's practice. It's what we do. We learn from our mistakes. But anyway, guys, I forgot I was going to recap real quick the pens with y'all. So again, we had all small brush tips. This one was the Faber-Castell. I don't really know how to say the name, so I'll just show it to y'all on camera. And this was in dark cadmium yellow. This is one of the only yellows I can ever use that will actually show up on the page. Okay, then we used a couple of the Kelly Creates Dream pens. We used the colors turquoise and sunset. I picked these up at Michael's. I have never, well, actually, I have seen this product line at Hobby Lobby before, but not in recent years. But I did get my other Kelly Creates from Michael's. So if you're looking for Kelly Creates, go ahead and check your Michael's. The Dream pen is her double-ended pen. So it's got a thin on one end, a thick on the other. And I believe those were actually in a boxed set. And then the remainder of the quotes were all pulled from the regular Kelly Creates small brush pen product line. These were all in a pack that I got on clearance at Michael's a few years ago. I don't know if her products are still being manufactured or not. I felt like when she first came out with her products, they just flooded the market. But in the last few years, I have not really seen a lot of her on the socials. And I haven't really noticed too many of her products in the stores. For the names, we just used a regular old Papermate Flare medium point, felt tip pen. This is pretty much my go-to for all my planners. But anyway, guys, I certainly appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this letter with me. I mean, no one is perfect, like I said, unless you're a professional. For the rest of us normal people, it's just hit or miss. And all we can do is practice and keep working at it. But as long as you're happy with your progress, that's all that matters. And the colors look pretty on the page. So anyway, if y'all like the video, I hope you'll go ahead and give it a thumbs up today. If you don't mind, drop me a comment in the comment box, even if it's just a little emoji, to let me know you were here. And I appreciate y'all more than you know. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please go on and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell. And when you do that, YouTube will send you an alert when I've uploaded a new video. That way you don't miss anything. But guys, y'all have a great day. Happy April. I'll catch y'all in the next one because we're going to start catching up those March spreads. Y'all have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.